Ever wondered why a pentester needs to understand ARP and DNS poisoning? Well, these two techniques are critical cornerstones in the realm of cybersecurity. They open up a world of possibilities for pentesters or penetration testers who strive to understand and exploit vulnerabilities in a network. ARP and DNS poisoning are like the master keys to many security doors. With these keys, pentesters can impersonate or spoof network interfaces, misdirect traffic, and even gain unauthorized control over communications. Imagine being able to reroute a delivery truck to a different location, and you have a rough idea of what these techniques can do in the digital world. Understanding these techniques allows pentesters to identify weak points in a network and come up with strategies to bolster security. It's like knowing the chinks in the armor and then figuring out how to reinforce them. To be a proficient pentester, mastering these techniques is a must. Dive into the world of ARP poisoning, a technique used by hackers to intercept data. In the realm of cybersecurity, one term you might come across is ARP, or Address Resolution Protocol. This protocol is like the postal service of the internet. It maps IP addresses to their corresponding physical addresses on a local network, ensuring that data packets reach their intended destination. Imagine you're sending a letter to a friend. You write their name on the envelope, but the post office needs their physical address to deliver it. ARP is the postman who knows where everyone lives and can deliver your letter correctly. But what if someone could trick the postman? That's where ARP poisoning comes in. ARP poisoning, also known as ARP spoofing, is a type of cyber attack where a malicious actor sends falsified ARP messages over a local network. This can result in the linking of an attacker's MAC address with the IP address of a legitimate computer or server on the network. Let's return to our postal analogy. Suppose a malicious actor convinces the postman that they live at your friend's address. Now, all your letters intended for your friend are mistakenly delivered to the attacker. In the digital world, this means that data intended for a specific IP address can be intercepted, manipulated, or even stopped by the attacker. This can lead to serious data breaches, network downtime, or loss of sensitive information. The process of ARP poisoning can be broken down into 3 steps. First, the attacker must be connected to the target network. Second, they send out fake ARP responses to trick devices on the network. Third, once the devices are fooled, they send data intended for the real IP address to the attacker instead. ARP poisoning, though seemingly complex, can be understood with a bit of patience and dedication. Understanding this attack method is critical for both defending against it and identifying it on your network. As we delve deeper into the world of cybersecurity, remember that knowledge is your strongest weapon. Now, let's shift gears and explore DNS poisoning, another critical technique for pentesters. DNS, or Domain Name System, is the phone book of the internet. It translates human-friendly website names like google.com, into IP addresses that computers use to identify each other. In a perfect world, this system works seamlessly. But in the realm of cybersecurity, we often find ourselves far from perfection. Let's take a detour into the world of DNS poisoning. This technique is a classic example of man-in-the-middle attacks, where the attacker positions themselves between the victim and the information they're trying to access. In the case of DNS poisoning, the attacker tampers with the phone book entries. Here's how it works step by step. Step 1. The victim types in the URL of a website they wish to visit. Step 2. Their computer sends a request to a DNS server to translate the URL into an IP address. Step 3. Here's where the attacker comes in. They have poisoned the DNS server with false information. So, instead of directing the victim to the correct website, the DNS server gives an IP address that leads to a malicious site controlled by the attacker. Step 4. The victim, unaware of the deception, visits the malicious site, thinking it's the one they intended to visit. The attacker can then steal information, inject malware, or commit other nefarious deeds. DNS poisoning is a powerful tool in a pentester's arsenal, allowing them to exploit the trust that systems place in DNS servers. It's a reminder that even the most reliable systems can be manipulated if their underlying mechanisms are not thoroughly understood and protected. So there you have it, DNS poisoning in a nutshell. A technique where trust is exploited, servers are manipulated, and the victim is led astray, all while believing they're on the right path. Understanding DNS poisoning is a crucial stepping stone in the journey of a pen tester. Now that you've understood ARP and DNS poisoning, let's recap the key points. ARP, or Address Resolution Protocol. Poisoning is a type of cyber attack where an attacker sends fake ARP messages over a local area network with the intent to link the attacker's MAC address with the IP address of a legitimate computer or server on the network. This can enable the attacker to intercept, modify, or even stop data transmissions. It's a powerful tool in the hands of a pen tester, helping reveal vulnerabilities that can be exploited. On the other hand, DNS, or domain name system poisoning, sometimes called DNS spoofing, is another form of hacking where an attacker redirects a website's traffic to another bogus website. This is done by corrupting a DNS server's cached data, effectively rerouting the traffic. For a pen tester, understanding DNS poisoning is crucial, as it's a popular method used by cybercriminals to carry out phishing attacks and spread malware. These two techniques, ARP poisoning and DNS poisoning, are different but equally important for anyone interested in cybersecurity. They underline the importance of robust network security and the need for continuous monitoring of network traffic. As a pen tester, you need to be adept at identifying the signs of these attacks to effectively secure a network. But remember, the power these techniques can give you comes with great responsibility. While they can help you understand and exploit vulnerabilities, their primary purpose is to aid in strengthening network security. Understanding these techniques allows you to anticipate potential attack vectors and implement the necessary security measures to protect against them. So, whether you're a pen tester looking to sharpen your skills, or a cybersecurity enthusiast aiming to understand the intricacies of network security, grasping the fundamentals of ARP and DNS poisoning is crucial. They are not just techniques, but building blocks for a secure and resilient network. Remember, understanding these techniques is not just about knowing how to exploit vulnerabilities, but also about how to protect against them